Hey everybody, it's Annette. I'm going to try this one more time. I had the sniffles the first time, and I also had Problem Kitty coming in here. I thought, well, maybe with the door open, I don't have to hear her meow. Well, no problem. She came in here and then proceeded to rub against my tripod. So, unless you wanted to see a video going like this, I decided, cut it out. Let's start over. Which kind of makes me, because I had what I had down pretty well. What I wanted to talk about today is chaos and how people act during periods of chaos and crisis. And it could be the death of a family, sickness in a family, and as we're well aware, unless you've had your head in the sand, episodes that may or may not occur as of November the 1st. We're now October the 30th, 2025. I will not get political on this. I just want to talk about crisis, how people handle it, and maybe some healthy ways to look at this. So, for example, rules of three, and I probably won't get it right because I got it right the first time. But anyway, rules of three. If you're not familiar with it, if you are, bear with me. 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Okay, so for what's coming up potentially, do you have at least 2 weeks of food? And if you do have 2 weeks of food, do you have enough to perhaps donate food to a pantry? We have a little free pantry where I go, my congregation. It says, take what you need, leave what you want. And I'm not going to get into the weeds on this situation. Who deserves, who doesn't deserve, who abuses, who doesn't abuse. I feel like, number one, I have been on food assistance before. After the divorce, and then after losing one place where I worked, losing that job, and then being in between, yet actively looking for work, but having 2 little ones to feed, that food assistance was a godsend to me. It really helped us during a difficult time. And I have stood in the food lines before. And I will say this, is that to say that you do what you have to do to feed your family. Okay? So that being said, as we go forward, whatever this weekend and the coming days and weeks bring, I encourage people to try your best not to panic. Panicked people make for dangerous people. We've seen that after the hurricane, how quickly things unraveled and people were at the gas stations lined up and getting really hostile with one another. Let's try for 1 second or a few days or a couple weeks to view each other as human beings and not get lost in the mess of who deserves, who doesn't deserve, who pays, who doesn't pay. Right now, to me, again, that's not my place to vet that. Any more than it is when we put a can in the free little pantry and somebody comes to get it. Once that can leaves my hands and goes on that shelf, it's not mine anymore. It's a gift. What that person does with it is between that person and God. So I encourage you, if you haven't already, and if you are able to make sure you have a couple weeks of food and essentials stocked up. If you have the means, I also encourage you at this time to reflect inside yourself And like people do when things are hard, like we did during the hurricane, to give of what you can, not at the detriment of yourself and your family, but just what you feel in your heart. It has to be your decision. Only you can determine what is best for you. And if you don't feel like giving anything, that's fine too. Nobody is forced because it's a gift. The gift is something that we freely give of what we are able to another person in need. So, to keep things positive on this healing path during crisis, because you're going to see the best in people and you're going to see the worst. Let's try to present ourselves as the best versions of ourselves while also being mindful of chaos perhaps that could be going on. I would not recommend going in public places until this gets settled once we hit November the 1st, because again, people who are desperate, people who are panicked can become dangerous. Situations can get dangerous and volatile. So don't put yourself where you don't need to be. Just use your common sense, your situational awareness. And if you have the means, do what your heart and God guides you to do. Love y'all. Take care. Hope you have a safe and blessed Thursday, Friday, and here we are going into November. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.